How's it going, guys, and welcome to Game and Evolved. I'm Shifty Cow, and in today's video we have something a little bit different. We're basically going to be doing a tactical play-by-play in Battlefield 4. So before we get into it, if you do go on to enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe as we do post Battlefield content daily. One more quick thing, if you guys are enjoying a certain series that we're making, be sure to tell us down in the comments below, so that way we know which ones to keep making and which ones are just a waste of time. So hopping right into it, we're going to be starting off on Zavid 311 with the MP7 machine gun. So right now I'm approaching F because my team's been kind of struggling to capture this base, and as I peek corners I'm trying to round it and make sure that I'm ADS, so if there is anyone trying to surprise me, that way I can take them out fairly quickly and not have to worry about spraying them down. So pausing it right here, my teammate gets sniped in the face, and so I'm going to try and round the corner as carefully as possible and determine if the sniper is still active or if he's reloading, and I don't see him anywhere, so I decide to push forward and try and get behind cover right here, and this is going to be a nice little point to just kind of spray down any enemies. I end up getting a couple kills, but really, you just want to make sure that you're looking everywhere, checking off all your angles, just kind of the basic stuff, but it's really helpful to see it actually be performed rather than just thinking, oh yeah, I need to check off all my angles. So I'm going to keep pushing forward into F, making sure that I'm checking off people behind me first, but right here I made a pretty common mistake where I assumed that no one was behind me when there actually were a couple people camping in this building, so you really just have to be sure that you're checking off every single area that someone is before you push forward. So we're going to be spawning back at F, but this time I'm in a gunner seat for the LAV, and I notice we're taking a lot of damage from various engineers and RPGs just kind of scattered around the map, and so rather than just staying in there and trying to take them out, I decide, you know what, I'm going to hop out, try and get to some cover, and hopefully I can take advantage of all the people distracted by the LAV. Now I also know that I have a suppressor on my MP7, so it's really going to benefit me if I'm a bit away from my teammates. That way enemies aren't shooting in my general direction because they don't really expect me to be there. Now probably one of the biggest reasons that I'm actually able to be successful in this clip is because our team is forcing the enemies to actually defend multiple angles. So if you look at the minimap, we have a pretty nice little flank. There's people very spread out, and that is always a good thing when you're attacking a base. So just looking around a little bit, I notice my teammates are actually starting to push forward, and that's usually a pretty good indication that it's somewhat safe. And if you get a lot of people kind of pushing forward all together, that's really hard to defend against, and we end up capturing this base. Moving on to our next clip on Goldmund Railway, I start off just taking this guy out who's trying to destroy my tank, and these are usually really easy kills just because they're very distracted and they're fully focused on taking out tanks rather than actually playing tactically and defending themselves. So I start pushing over to G, and I noticed on my minimap that first of all we have a friendly tank who's engaging some enemies, and we also have one person in this base. So if the flag's remaining neutral, I know that there's one other person, so I kind of want to be a little bit slower than I normally would, but I actually just end up running in there and getting very lucky. But anyways, you always want to make sure you're checking your minimap and kind of thinking about flags before you run in there all willy-nilly. So as you can see right there, I managed to take him out, and checking my minimap again, there are several tanks all around me. So in my opinion, anytime you're able to kill a vehicle and you die as an infantry guy, that's going to be a pretty good trade-off because it's going to put them at a disadvantage of one less tank, but it's still going to end up killing you, so you're going to have to wait for the respawn. Now, I decide it's actually going to be worth it even if I die, so I start shooting at him with the straw, and he's just completely oblivious. He doesn't even notice me for the first shot, and I notice a really important thing, and that is that the LAV is spawned in on G. Now, if I'm able to take him out, hop into that, and get the LAV either destroyed or just get it for our team, that's going to be even better because then the enemy team doesn't have it that they usually would because it's on a gimme flag, and also I'm able to take out the tank right there, which is going to benefit the team greatly. So right here, I notice I'm taking a ton of damage, and I know it's either an attack jet or an attack chopper, so can't really do much about that, so I hop out, and I try and take him out with the straw, but really that thing's pretty much dead, and I just don't know how to use that anymore, so rest in peace, but I'm probably going to be going back to the smile. So I end up getting killed here, but I still managed to destroy one of the LAVs, since technically if it spawned at G, chances are they would have gotten it, and one of their tanks, so in my opinion, that's pretty worth it. So for our last clip in this video, we're going to be returning to Zavid with the MP7, and probably one of the biggest challenges I have is just making smart spawns, because you want to spawn close enough that you can get into the action fairly quickly, but you also want to make sure that you're safe and you're not going to die as soon as you spawn in. So I'm actually able to spawn in pretty safely. I'm in an MRAP, and as soon as I hop out, I just hip fire this guy down, and I notice there's another guy behind cover, but instead of just running straight at him, I'm actually going to kind of flank around and wait for him to just pop around the corner for an easy kill. So that's probably one of the best just black and white examples of when you really need some proper crosshair placement and how well it can really pay off. So moving forward a little bit, I noticed my tank is getting shot at by probably an engineer with either the RPG or the SMA, and so if you just pop around the corner very quickly and surprise him, he's not going to have his gun out, and it's going to be a very easy firefight to win. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like down below, and tell us if you're enjoying these types of videos, because they are pretty fun to make. But be sure to subscribe for more future content, go check out our Twitter, guys, and until next time, stay buttery.